I think there's all different ways that parents can advocate for their children, and there's a spectrum, right? Some of us are very loud and involved and active, and some of us get angry, some of us are very passive. And I think, as a patient advocate, I've navigated that full spectrum, and I think physicians also sometimes navigate that full spectrum. I think there are ways that people can advocate for loved ones that sometimes can be more productive than others, but certainly everyone is entitled to feel. We all cope with illness, we all cope with life differently, and there's no judgment, right? I think rare disease advocacy is frankly a judgment-free zone, and it should be. But what I would say to people who are sort of just getting involved in the drug development arena, because maybe there's the introduction of some research for their disease, or they're newly diagnosed and are just learning about things, is, again, I keep using this word process. I always sort of focus on the process, but clinical research is a process. It is very methodical. It is very data-driven, very step-by-step, very methodical. I think it's important for families to bring their questions and concerns to advocacy organizations so that they can effectively represent you to the companies or the researchers involved in looking into treatments for your diseases. I think sometimes getting angry doesn't yield the intended outcomes that we may hope that it might. Although, again, I think we all can understand why frustration, runs amok in these situations. So I think, again, for me, be empowered, be educated, be involved. And I think that if you can do those things, you will be able to channel your emotion in a more productive way. You will be current on what is happening, and you will be ready to spring into action should an opportunity arise for your loved one. But I think, this belief that if I just kind of stomp my feet and, yell the loudest, something's going to change. It's just not how it works. And, I know that can be hard to hear and it can be frustrating to hear. But I think there's a process here.